Hi everyone, I'm Donna. I'm a naturopath, a health coach, an essential oils lover and a mama. Thanks so much for taking the time to join me today. So over the next 30 minutes, I want to share with you 12 different products that I think will change your life if you use them. Now, I've been a naturopath for about 15 years, and over that time I've used a whole heap of different natural alternatives to support my health. So, herbal remedies, supplements, homeopathics, and a whole heap of other things. And of course, they've given me amazing results personally and fantastic results with the people that I've worked with. And then about 4 years ago, I was introduced to essential oils, and the doTERRA essential oils specifically. It completely changed the way I thought about health and really changed my mindset about essential oils as well. I mean, before that, I thought that essential oils are primarily, hippie, smelly essences that you burn to create some sort of ambiance in your lounge room. But when doTERRA entered the market, they really raised the standard, the potency and quality and therapeutic value of essential oils, and they've put them back on the platform that they deserve to be, and that's as Mother Nature's plant medicines. So what are essential oils? Well, when you smell a plant, you smell the aroma of a flower or a spice. What you're smelling are the essential oils. So they're pure plant extracts. They're extracted from a plant. They're concentrated and into a single drop so that we can enjoy their benefit. Essential oils attract insects for pollination and reproduction of plants. They're also the plant's defense and protective mechanisms. So they protect plants against environmental threats, viruses, bacteria, molds, and fungi, which could threaten their existence. And they're really, really potent. They're about 50 to 70 times stronger than the actual plant itself. Now that's incredible that we have at our fingertips something that's so amazingly concentrated. The great thing about essential oils is they're comprised of hundreds of different chemical compounds that have different health benefits to support healing in our body. And that means that at our fingertips, we have the opportunity to reach into a resource kit or a toolkit and be able to access something to support our health. So if I've got a headache, or I'm feeling out of sorts, or I've got a tummy ache, then rather than putting up with it or buying over-the-counter drugs at the chemist or having to go to the doctor to get a script, the first thing I can do is reach into my little goodie bag, find something that's going to support my body, to bring it back to equilibrium and just allow the body to create its own healing. And to me, that's great. That basically puts me back at the control of my health. It allows me to be proactive about the way that I manage my health. And I love that. I love that sense of freedom, and I love empowering other people with it as well. So I'm not suggesting that essential oils be used instead of medicine. I think medicine has the capability of doing amazing things. So the way I suggest using essential oils is alongside medicine, or maybe as a natural alternative in the early stages. See if you can get improvement, and then if you need to up the notch and go and see a doctor or take a prescription medication, then so be it. There's no side effects with essential oils. They're natural, they're pure, they're clean, they're safe for the whole family. So whether you're working with a brand new bubba or someone who's 120 years old, they definitely have their place in healthcare. So why doTERRA essential oils? What makes doTERRA so special? So I want to emphasize that today, while I'm talking to you about these essential oils, I'm only referring to doTERRA. I'm not talking about any other oils, because unfortunately not oils are of the same quality. Now, if you're going to a $2 shop and you're buying an essential oil from there, I guarantee you're not getting essential oil. What you're getting is pure 100% synthetic perfume. It may make your house smell pretty, but at what cost from a toxicity point of view? There are other oils that are used as flavoring enhancers in cooking and different foods, and there are other oils that are essential oils, but they have been extracted using solvents. So there's still some sort of toxic residue in there that I don't want to be adding to my body, especially if I'm looking at taking oils internally. So doTERRA have taken the industry standard up a notch. They've actually come out with their own standardized practices. They're certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. And what that means is there are no fillers, there's no chemicals, there's no pesticides, there's no synthetic compounds in these oils. They're just 100% pure plant essence. pure plant medicines. And they're grown, the oils are actually sourced from the countries where the plants are grown indigenously. And the reason why that's important is because when plants are growing with ideal soil conditions, with the perfect environmental factors at play, that plant's chemistry is going to be perfect for the health conditions that it's supposed to support. So the level of therapeutic compounds are going to be at the maximum level. So these oils are very safe. You know, they go through multiple batches of external third-party testing. So we know that every time we pick up one of those little brown bottles, we are getting exactly what we're being promised. So they're safe for the whole family. And we know that they work. So before I mentioned that essential oils are the immune system of the plant. So when we use those essential oils, we're also taking on the protective and regenerating and renewing properties of that plant so that they can benefit our health, so they can restore our body to equilibrium, which is pretty special. And the oils are amazingly affordable. Like, we're talking about using 1 or 2 drops at a time to service the whole body. And when you break down the cost of each dose, we're pretty much talking about cents per dose. So that's something that's completely amazing as well, and great for managing the health of the whole family. So before I start talking about the actual oils, I want to talk to you about how we use them, because there are a few different ways. Now, if ever you've forgotten or you're not sure about how to use them, you can actually look on the label and it will suggest whether you should use it topically, aromatically, or whether you can take it internally. And if you take it internally, it'll usually have wording such as, you know, can be used for flavoring. So there's 3 primary ways that we use essential oils. So we can use them internally, only with doTERRA oils. I would not be taking any other essential oils internally. So when we take the oils internally, we can either put a couple of drops in water and drink that down. That's beautiful for citrus, and I do that all day long with different citrus oils. If they're warmer oils, you can get little vegetable caps and pull them over and put a few drops in the veggie caps and just take the veggie cap. You can also use the oils in cooking, and there are plenty that I use. When you use the oils internally, they're servicing all the body systems, especially our digestive system, our esophagus, our throat, our liver, the detoxification system, the kidneys as well. You can use the oils aromatically, so that means smelling in the aroma. And there's a number of ways to do this. So you can pop a couple of drops of the oil in your palm of your hand, rub them together and just inhale through cupped hands. You can use a diffuser, which I have in every room of my home, which is an amazing way of purifying the air. I've also got a little diffuser bracelet, which I can pop some essential oils and just carry around with me all day. When we diffuse essential oils, what we do is we purify the air. We help promote clear breathing, and we can really work with moderating mood as well. And the third way to use essential oils is to use them topically. So we can apply them directly onto our body in different positions, which I'll talk about in a moment. Now, within 30 seconds of applying a single drop of essential oil to your skin, it starts to penetrate into the bloodstream. And within 20 minutes, it's through every single cell in the body and the brain as well. So amazing, one little drop can have such an effect on the body. So there are certain oils that I'll use neat because they're not too warm, but there are other oils that because of the heat that's involved with the oil, the hotness, I will definitely dilute them with a carrier oil. If you've got sensitive skin, you should be doing that as well. And with children and babies, definitely dilute. Now, there are a number of different places I would use the oils, and that would depend on the purpose for which I'm using the oil. So if I'm wanting to promote concentration, I'd be rubbing oils at the back of my head, maybe on my temples. If I'm wanting to calm myself down, I'd use the same places. I might also use my pulse points, so wrists, along the forearms as well. That's a beautiful way of actually moderating state. Popping oils on the bottom of the feet, on the soles of the feet, is really effective as well. It absorbs very quickly into the body. If you've got some aches and pains throughout the body, of course you would apply various oils to those specific places. So we'll talk more about that as we go through the individual oils. Just be really careful when you're using oils not to get them in your eyes, in your nose, or in your ears. They're not designed for direct application, so don't go dropping oils directly into the ear canal or sticking them up your nose. They can burn, yeah, especially some of the oils. Some of the oils are really, really hot, so just be careful with that. If you ever do get oils in your eyes, then do not use water. Don't go to the tap, which is probably the first thing that you'd be thinking of doing. Instead, use a carrier oil to help get rid of that oil, and that will work really effectively. Let's get started. So today I want to just talk to you about some of the key benefits of each of the oils. They have some amazing application for physical well-being. The thing that I was really shocked about was the effect that each of the oils actually have on emotional aspects as well. I'm not going to talk about that in great detail today. I will definitely do another video at a later stage, but for me personally, that's where the transformation came. It was surprising and a much appreciated benefit. So we'll talk more about that later on. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start with peppermint essential oil. Now, peppermint is a strong oil. She packs a pretty powerful punch, and she's quite volatile. So when you smell the oil, you can actually feel a sensation in the eyes. So a very strong oil. Be careful how you use it. But it's an amazing oil for opening up the airways. As soon as you inhale this strong, rich peppermint, the immediate effect I'm getting is for it just opening up all my airways, clearing out my sinuses, and turning my brain on. It's a real great little pep-me-up, great for concentration, great for alertness, great for when you're feeling fatigued, if you've got a bit of a drive to do or a workshop to run. Peppermint oil, inhaling in your hands on the back of your neck is a great way to use it. It's also good to support digestion, so you can pop a drop in water. You can add it to your smoothies, which I often do, or my bliss balls. It's a beautiful way of ingesting that oil. I would only use one drop because it is quite powerful. Really nice if you've got like muscular tension in your head or some type of headaches. I'll often pop a few drops of peppermint oil at the back of the neck and also on the temples, but not too close to the eyes because it is quite volatile and can sort of have the same effect on your eyes as onions. It's a really cool oil. It's so cool that it actually runs hot. So it's not an oil that I would be soaking in the bathtub. But if it's a really hot day or if you're experiencing flushes or overheating, then popping a couple of drops in a spritzer bottle and spraying yourself with it with eyes closed is a beautiful way of cooling down the body. It can bring down temperature as well, which is great. So a beautiful oil that has multiple benefits, has amazing benefits that I use frequently throughout the day, each and every day. So the next oil is lavender. So lavender is probably an oil that we've all experienced at some stage throughout our life. I used to hate the smell of lavender. It really brought on a headache for me. But doTERRA's lavender is so deep and bold and really rich, and it feels like you're just being held in a warm embrace. So a really beautiful oil. The way I think of lavender is everything calming. So whether it's for the skin or the nervous system, it really is beautifully calming and peaceful, I guess is the way to look at it. So let's start with skin. This is a great oil to have in the kitchen, in the first aid box, for burns, stings, bites, anything ouchy. Lavender is the first thing that I'd be popping on just nice and straight. Really great if you've got any irritation to the skin. It's soothing, it's calming, it's going to take out redness. From the nervous system point of view, it's just an amazing oil. So really calming to the body. It reduces stress hormones, the cortisol in your body. So just, it's like taking a nice big deep breath and just settling in. So good if you're feeling uptight or, a little bit wide or fraught. Really good to help just bring tranquility into your life for all the family, so including babies as well. I use lavender with a few other oils on my toddler every single day as part of his bath routine, and also during the day if he's getting into that stage at 15 months where he's there's a few little tantrums that are coming in. So lavender is one of the oils that I use to help bring him down and calm him down. So this oil is also great for sleeping. It actually stimulates melatonin. So melatonin is the hormone that helps with sleep. So a beautiful oil to help you drift off to sleep. You can use this oil in a number of ways. So you can pop a drop in some warm water or tea at night time. That will help calm you down. You can diffuse it. You can pop it on your pulse points on the bottom of your feet as well. I love using lavender in my wash. It makes my sheets and my clothes smell so beautiful. You can pop a couple of drops on your cushion at night, your pillows at night time to help promote calm and tranquility as well. So the next oil that I'm going to talk about is frankincense. So you can see here frankincense. Now frankincense comes from the boswellia plant, and if you're into natural health, you've probably heard about boswellia. It is all across the news at the moment, and I'm not going to make any medical claims, but what I suggest that you do is you jump online and have a look at the research that's being done around boswellia and its effect in treating some really, really chronic disease states. It's just incredibly amazing. This oil is actually sourced from Somalia. So doTERRA, half of the oils that we have access to through doTERRA are actually sourced from third world countries, and doTERRA engage in something called co-impact sourcing, and this is beautiful to me. Not only are we getting access to some beautiful oils, but we're getting access to a company that is just filled with integrity and soul, and a company that's making a massive difference on the planet. When they work with these third world countries, these communities in these third world countries, they actually go in and work with the farmers, the people at the ground level, and they support them in improving their farming practices so that they can, these people, these farmers, these communities can improve productivity and increase the levels of employment, also make sure that they're earning a good, decent wage that's going to support their family. Our non-for-profit organisation, or doTERRA's non-for-profit organisation, then comes in and works with the community and asks questions. What do you guys need? Is it fresh drinking water in a well, or is it a school? Or, do you need education to teach men and boys that it's not okay to rape? Or is it about teaching the women in the communities that just because they're bleeding every month doesn't mean they're cursed, it means they're actually a woman? So some amazing work doTERRA is doing in so many different countries around the world. So that's pretty special to me. Frankincense is we call it the king of all oils. If in doubt, you don't know what to use, if you use some frankincense, chances are, you are going to get some benefit, because this oil operates at such a high frequency, it's going to promote some healing on an energetic level. So what do we use frankincense for traditionally? I love using it for anything to do with the brain, to help with concentration, memory, and any disorders that are associated with that. Pop a couple of drops on your thumb and just suck your thumb so that your thumb is massaging the roof of your mouth. You can also pop a couple of drops under your tongue every morning, and I do that, and that's to help reduce inflammation in the body and also to promote a healthy immune system. So frankincense helps bring our cells back to a state of perfection. Now, our immune system is always screening what's going on in our body, and if something doesn't look right, it will destroy the cells in a state called apoptosis. Sometimes that doesn't work. We know that doesn't work because we get diseases like cancer and diabetes and all sorts of chronic diseases because there's some sort of malfunction in the body. So what frankincense does is helps the immune system go through the screening process. It'll see a cell. If that cell is looking a little bit dodgy, it will either restore it back to its natural perfection, or it will destroy the cell so that it doesn't continue to mutate and proliferate throughout the body. So one of the first oils I will use to support people if they're experiencing any chronic situations. Like I mentioned before, it really helps to reduce inflammation, and inflammation in this day and age is probably one of the key factors that is a precursor to so many chronic and life-impacting illnesses. Frankincense is also great for wound healing, and I like using it for my skin. So I used to spend a lot of money on skincare to try and keep me looking as young as possible for as long as possible. These days, frankincense plays a pivotal role in that. So I just combine some frankincense in my moisturizer. I'll pop a couple of drops in some fractionated coconut oil, which I'll talk about in a moment, especially in the winter months, and just use that as a moisturizer. And it is amazing, amazing for promoting youthfulness, for getting rid of fine lines, for reducing pigmentation, for keeping your skin looking radiant and glowing. Definitely a must-have for women, and one that I keep in my bathroom to use in my morning and nighttime routine. The next oil that we're talking about is tea tree. So tea tree is an amazing oil which comes from Australia. So she's sourced from Australia, Melaleuca. It's called in America, and in Australia we call it tea tree. I don't know too many people who haven't used tea tree throughout their life. We always had a bottle of this underneath our bathroom sink as we were growing up, and it's the perfect oil for anything to do with skin, hair and scalp. So any cuts, grazes, scratches, pop on some tea tree. It's beautiful hair, healthy scalp, bit of dandruff, dry scalp, pop it into your shampoo and your conditioner. It's amazing for that. It's awesome to use as a household cleaner, so I combine tea tree with some lemon essential oil and orange essential oil, and I'll talk about On Guard as well later on, and they're pretty much, that combination of 4 oils replace all my household cleaners in my home. Tea tree is great for the skin, so if you've got any skin disorder, acne is a classic, very, very common, not just amongst teenagers, but also for some women who are experiencing hormonal changes as well. You can include it in your cleansing system, so in your facial cleanser, and yeah, that'll help to promote the health of the skin, help with overgrowth of bacteria. A really nice way of using it as well, if you're working on skin, is to put a couple of drops in some Manuka honey and apply it as a face mask and leave that for 5 minutes before washing off. Tea tree is awesome for funny looking toenails, for supporting foot health after sharing public spaces. It's an oil that I use as part of my first aid collection quite regularly. So tea tree is recommended, primarily I use it topically. You can use it aromatically as well, but in Australia it's not recommended for internal use, although it is overseas, but here in Australia we don't recommend it for internal use. Another great protocol for tea tree actually is with sore ears. Now we don't put oils inside the ear, but if you've got little ones who have ear aches, then you can rub some tea tree around the ear, on the bone behind the ear, and that will support that process as well. Now, if you forget some of the things that I mentioned, please don't distress about it. There are multiple more ways of using each of the oils, so I'm just giving you an insight to it. But I definitely will give you access to one of my blogs which I've written, which is called 101 Ways to Use These Oils that I'm talking about. So it's just a little bit of snippet of information that we're going through very quickly today, but there'll be some additional support there for you later on as well. Now, oregano, my gosh, oregano, this oil reminds me of my grandma's kitchen. I would never have in a million years thought that oregano could be an essential oil. A bit bizarre, but probably one of the oils that I cherish the most for supporting health. Now she or he is hot. This oil is very, very hot. Do not get it in your eyes. And in fact, I would probably use this one diluted in most instances whenever using it on the skin, because it is so hot. But let me tell you what it's used for first of all. So oregano is amazing for the immune system. Probably one of my go-tos for supporting the immune system, especially when you wake up and you feel like, I'm coming down with something, like I'm feeling really glandy and achy, or you're at the end of the day and it's like, I feel like I've picked something up. Go to oregano. We don't get sick in our household very often. I haven't been sick in years. Oregano is definitely a go-to. It's also really good if you have been experiencing some ongoing digestive issues and you think you've got imbalances happening in your digestive system. I actually get my clients to take a 10-day protocol which includes oregano, and that will usually help to restore the balance in the digestive system. So the way to take this, I definitely wouldn't be just drinking it in water. That's not the way that I take it. although some people, I have known to put a drop in a smoothie, like a green smoothie. For me, if I take it, I like popping a drop or two in a gelatin capsule and taking that. At least that way it doesn't burn my esophagus. Also, bottom of the feet job. So dilute it with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. You could also make up a roller bottle, 10 ml roller bottle, where you put a few drops of this in with fractionated coconut oil, so you don't have to touch it, and you can just apply it to the bottom of the feet. So a great oil. You don't use it often. You only ever use it 10 days at a time, and you don't necessarily use this. You don't use this on children. It's too hot for children. So, but one that you probably wouldn't use often, but when you do need it, oh my God, it is amazing. That's another one that you can use with tea tree. If you look at tea tree as the baby brother, oregano is like the big brother, and the two will often work well together. So if you've got resistant nail stuff going on your feet, yucky feet, then you can combine that with oregano as well. The next oil reminds me of lemon sherbet. This is lemon essential oil, sourced from Italy. Sure, this oil is amazing. This oil, when you smell it, just fills your body with lightness and joy and happiness. So many ways to use lemon essential oil. All citrus oils are derived from the rind of the fruit, and it's really high in D-limonene, which is a factor that helps to promote detoxification in the liver. So lemon is an amazing detoxifier and cleanser for the body, for the liver, for the gallbladder. It supports digestion. For years now, people have been drinking some lemon juice squeezed in water. That's great. It does, unfortunately, have a little bit of an effect on the enamel on your teeth. This is another way of getting the benefits, the alkalizing, anti-inflammatory, cleansing benefits at a higher dose, because it's got the D-limonene in there. Lemon is, I want you to think about this, the same effect that it has inside, it has outside. So it's very cleansing inside. We can also use it as a cleanser outside. A great degreaser, good to get sticky stuff off. So definitely an oil that I use in my kitchen quite a lot. In a spray bottle in combination with some tea tree or a few other oils. Lemon is really good for a sore throat. Like if you're feeling dry or a little bit achy, then pop a teaspoon of honey and a drop of lemon essential oil and just swallow that. But this is an oil that I drink all day long, a couple of drops in my stainless steel water bottle. So you can, when you're using oils internally, drinking it in water, definitely don't use plastic water bottles. So use a glass or a stainless steel water bottle, and lemon is one of the oils that she makes her way into my water bottle a lot. As with all citrus, when we use lemon, it's really uplifting. So I diffuse this in combination with a couple of other oils throughout the day just to lift the spirits. It's really great for, not only is it great for uplifting the mood, but lemon is the oil for focus as well. So if you've got to concentrate on something, if you've really got to focus, this is the oil to use. So a couple of drops at the back of the neck, on the temples, even the earlobes will work really well as well. So I often combine lemon and peppermint together because they both have that uplifting, energizing effect. A beautiful combination if you've got to get through some paperwork that you probably aren't feeling too excited about doing. Now, one caution with using all citrus oils is that they are photosensitive, and they make your skin photosensitive. So what that means is if you apply it onto your neck and then you go out in the sun, you can get some pigmentation or some irritation like sunburn. So make sure that if you are going to be out in the sun within the next 12 hours, don't use the essential oil, don't use the citrus oil, or put it in a place where you're not going to be exposed to sun. So, if you're wearing clothes, then you can pop it wherever the clothes cover. So it's a really good point to think about. Now we're going to start talking about some of the blends that doTERRA create. Now this first one is called Ice Blue. You can see that, a beautiful combination of oils, and it has a child-proof cap, so this is definitely not one to take internally. It smells like deep heat or Dankarub, but better. And it definitely hasn't got any of the petrochemicals in as a deep heat. So just pure plant oils that promote reduce inflammation, reduce warmth, and just help with anything musculoskeletal. So if you've got some aches and pains in your body, dilute this one with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil and apply it, massage it into the area, and within a couple of minutes you'll get instant relief. I definitely recommend not just using this symptomatically though. If you've got a problem, use it repeatedly. The best way of getting results with oils is not just to grab them once every now and then, but it's to use small doses, a couple of drops frequently and consistently. So a few drops several times a day for weeks and months, and that's how you get transformation in your life. So definitely, if there's an underlying issue, using this one a few times a day, applying it to the area that's sore will help with getting some relief there and some healing. The next oil is called Easy Air, and this oil also smells like another product that I grew up with, Vicks, again without the petrochemicals. And you would use this oil pretty much the same way you would use Vicks. So it's not to be taken internally, but the way we use this is topically and aromatically. So I love diffusing it, either in a diffuser in the house, or you can even put a couple of drops in a cup and do an inhalation over the cup. If you've got problems with any of your respiratory passages, it'll just open those up. Actually, 2 nights ago, I had difficulty breathing. Something happened and I thought I was having an asthma attack, which I don't normally have, but I was contemplating going down to the hospital. And so what I did was put 2 drops of this with a couple of drops of, 2 drops of this with a drop of peppermint in a cup of hot water, and I just breathed it in for about 2 minutes. And then before I knew it, I was just coughing up some congestion and I was fine after that. So it's amazing for the respiratory passages. So as I was saying, you can diffuse it. You can pop a couple of drops on a hanky or a tissue. You can pop a couple of drops on your pillow at night time to help with restful sleeping. I also love diluting this in fractionated coconut oil, which is our carrier oil that we use, and applying it to the chest and back. Especially good for babies and for children. So this is one that I use religiously on my little boy if he gets rattly in the chest. So just dilute it more for kids than you would for adults. Apply generously, chest, back, along the spine, and even on the bottom of the feet as well. It smells divine, and you'll get some really instant relief. And the next oil I'm going to talk to you about is probably an oil that I hear most feedback about, and that's Digest Zen. So Digest Zen is our digestive formula, and it smells like Zambuca. It's got some anise in here, which just makes it divine. Oh, it's so nice. So anything digestive, the first thing you think of is Digest Zen. So if you've overindulged, you've had too much to eat, you're feeling like a piggy, you can take some of these if you're cramps, nausea, diarrhea, bloating, whatever. Just if you're going overseas to Bali or a third world country and you want to stop yourself from getting Bali belly, you can use this. So how do you use it? You can pop a couple of drops, 1 or 2 drops in a glass of water, and use it that way. I like using it in the capsules again. And you can apply this one. This one is amazing. If you've got some discomfort, then combining it with your fractionated coconut oil, rubbing it together and applying it to whatever area you're experiencing that discomfort, it feels like a warm water bottle, and you'll get relief within 3 to 5 minutes. In fact, I have to share, and I'm just trying to think of an eloquent way to say this. If you're in public and you feel that you are bloated or a little bit gassy, I might suggest that you take yourself away for a few minutes, because within 5 minutes you will release wind. It's pretty powerful. So a nice oil to use internally and to use topically as well. Great for if you experience car sickness too. You can pop a little bit over the solar plexus area on the wrist, because there's some acupressure points there as well, and on the earlobes. Great one to use for babies, great one to use for children, nice and safe. So just dilute that one. We're almost there. So the next one is Christmas in a bottle. It's our On Guard. Now, On Guard is one of the most popular of doTERRA's blends, and in fact they have a whole range of products that are built around the use of On Guard. So let me tell you what On Guard's for first of all. On Guard is it's a protective blend. So it helps to fight the nasties in the environment. It helps to protect us, to support our immune system. So again, remember, as within, so without. So if we take it internally or use it on our body, it supports our immune system in keeping away any of those things that are going to get us unwell. And if we use it in our household as a spray, it's going to do the same thing. So gosh, where do I start with describing the benefits and uses for On Guard? So if you've got a sore throat, you can gargle. If you feel like you're coming down with something, or you know that there's a lot of stuff going around and you're not yet sick, then you can use it as your protective mechanism on your throat, along your spine, definitely along your kids' spine and on their feet going to school if you want to make sure that they don't pick up the nasties that are going around at school. I diffuse it in my home at that time of year when there's stuff going around because it keeps the air pure. It helps to fight microbes so that we don't infect one another. Great in household cleaning. So this is one that I use in my bathroom. It's got clove in there, and clove is nature's most powerful antioxidant and is really effective in killing mold, like really effective in killing mold. So combining this with a little bit of bicarb soda is a great way of addressing the mold and the grime in your bathroom. There are products that are already made up, or you can make your own washing detergents with On Guard. Toilet cleaners with On Guard. There's a toothpaste that you can get that's got On Guard in it, or you can make your own. In fact, I've created a DIY recipe book for natural skincare products and natural household cleaning products that I will make available to all of you. And the On Guard definitely has a key place in those recipes. So this is one that you can use internally. In fact, drinking it is like drinking chai tea, so a beautiful oil for chai, and I use it to make raw chocolate as well. It's gorgeous. Dehydrated apples with On Guard. It's great for the immune system. You can use it aromatically, so diffusing it, and you can also use it topically. The last product that I want to talk about is something called Smart and Sassy. Now this is our metabolic formula. So if you're on a bit of a fitness kick and wanting to lose some weight, the Smart and Sassy is a great combination of citrus oils and some cinnamon to help promote feelings of fullness, to curb cravings, sugar cravings, balance your blood sugar levels. It's a beautiful oil blend. It has a little bit of cinnamon in there, so it's a tiny little bit of spiciness. You can put a couple of drops of this in your water and drink throughout the day. So you can use up to 12 drops a day, and that will really help you if you're on a bit of a journey to, like I said, weight loss or cleansing. It helps to cleanse out the petrochemicals that are in the body because of the high citrus content. It helps with fluid retention as well. In fact, if you jump online, there are recipes on how to use this for body wraps to help you lose inches from your body as well. So a nice little formula for adults. Definitely wouldn't be using this one for kiddies. We shouldn't be promoting weight loss in young children, but a nice one to support cleansing, balance blood sugar, and a bit of weight loss if you're trying to get healthy. Wow, so they're the essential oils that I want to talk to you about. The last product that I wanted to talk to you about is fractionated coconut oil. So we talked about combining the oils with a carrier oil in some instances, and doTERRA has their own fractionated coconut oil, which is basically a refined coconut oil, which is absolutely beautiful. It feels like silk. So you know how coconut oil can go hard in winter? This is constantly soft. It doesn't smell of anything, so it means it's not going to taint the smell or ruin the smell of the oil blends that you put together. And she slides on and then soaks right in and doesn't leave any oily residue at all. So I know for myself, I used to use coconut oil on me after a shower, and at night time I would without doubt stain my clothes and stain my sheets. So this soaks straight in. It's a beautiful oil. Now some people think, oh my gosh, if I use carrier oils, I'm going to be diluting the benefits of the essential oils. It's actually not the case. In fact, combining with the carrier oil can enhance the effects of the oils, because essential oils by their nature are volatile aromatic substances, which means they evaporate. And so what this oil does is it holds onto the molecules, the drops of the essential oil, and it stops it from bouncing off the skin and diffusing. and or evaporating it, and instead draws them into the body, into the cells where they're best needed. So this is a gorgeous oil that I definitely use for moisturizer and all sorts of application. You know, I use it in my roller bottles as well if I'm wanting to create perfume blends or little diluted roller bottles that I can carry around in my handbag. So there you go, 12 oils. Those 12 oils will, you know, they provide a really great foundational kit where, you know, if something's going on with your health, chances are there'll be something in that collection that you can use to support you. So where to from here? Everyone who's watched this video has the opportunity to get access to these oils at wholesale price. So that's 25% discount off retail price, which is exactly the same price that I buy them for. And that's fantastic. You know, that's an amazing opportunity. Who doesn't like getting things at a discounted rate? So what I'm going to suggest to you is, if you're interested in finding out more about how you can get the oils, please reach out to me or reach out to the person who directed you to this video and talk to them. There's a number of different ways that you can get access to the oils. You can pay a $35 administration fee and get whatever oils you want. You might only want a few. Or what people normally do is they buy a kit. So doTERRA have a number of kits. There are 2 specific kits that encapsulate the oils that I spoke about today, or that include the oils that I spoke about today. One's got 5 ml bottles, the other kit's got full size 15 ml bottles. And they have most of those oils in the kit. So what doTERRA have done there is they actually waive the administration fee, and it works out that you get more oils when you pay for the kit than you would if you bought the oils individually. So at a cheaper price essentially. So for anyone who decides to open an account with a kit, I have some beautiful gifts for you as well. So, you know, not only do you get access to these oils, but when you open an account with someone in our team, you also get access to a whole heap of education and knowledge. So I'm really, really passionate about educating and empowering people in using essential oils for the health of the family. And so, you know, you'll be signed up for regular emails with information to teach you how to use the oils, teach you everything that you need to know. We have wellness consultations that we provide to make sure that we can create a tailored approach for you over the next 90 days so you can get maximum results, you know, using the oils for the best benefit for your health. And I've also put together a beautiful gift called my 90-day makeover. The 90-day makeover has a 7-day detox. It has a nutrition plan, an eating plan, which promotes optimal health, heals gut health, reduces inflammation, balances blood sugar. Inevitably, you will lose weight if you need to lose weight, but it's a diet for health. There's a DIY ebook for skincare products using essential oils, and a DIY ebook for household cleaning products. And another ebook which basically gives you a morning to night protocol on how to use all of the essential oils I've just spoken to you about in a routine. You know, what to use as soon as you wake up, what to use as soon as you've had breakfast, what to use with your meals, when you're feeling a bit flat or you're feeling lethargic, what to use, do you diffuse it, do you apply it? And it's a step-by-step protocol to help you build your confidence and help you get some really cool transformation in your life over the next 90 days. So I'm really excited about that. I rolled that out a couple of months ago, and we've got a huge number of people that are experiencing some really amazing benefits. So I want to be able to make that available to you once you open up an account with one of the kits. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you've got something out of it. I hope this has helped shift the way that you think about health and, you know, reliance on medicines or just having to put up with stuff, because we really don't need to. I mean, we've got this beautiful kit of Mother Nature's goodness at our fingertips that can really make a difference in our physical, mental and emotional well-being. So I look forward to hearing from you. If you've got any questions, please reach out. I'll speak to you soon.